Yeah, Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I am the best reporting on the Eagles. There's somebody on our roster who I feel is disrespected, man. Let's take a moment to think about this, man. Kenyon Drake, I believe Devontae, what is his name? Booker, CJ Proris, however you say this dude's name, man. I think Alex Collins as well, the Baltimore running back. You know, a lot of these guys was picked before Jordan Howard in the draft, including Ezekiel Elliott. Ezekiel Elliott is probably the only running back out in the draft, arguably, that I could say is better than Jordan Howard. No other running back in the 2016 draft was better than Jordan Howard. But Jordan Howard is the second best running back in the draft. The second best running back in the 2016 draft. Are you crazy? Based off that alone, Jordan Howard should have been a first-round pick, if you think about it. But he was picked in the 5th round of that draft. Now, I say this to say that. You know what I mean? I say that to say this. These guys are, severely undervaluing and severely, disrespecting the talent of a Jordan Howard. You know what I mean? I think they got him ranked somewhere in the middle of the pack. I think they got him ranked 19th. I seen something like that, man. Correct me if I'm wrong. How, though? How is he the 19th best running back in the league? Give me 19 running backs right now better than Jordan Howard, because I only can think of 2 or 3. And the third one that I'm thinking of is arguably. Only can think of 2 or 3. You know what I mean? Only can think of Ezekiel Elliott, Todd Gurley, and arguably Saquon Barkley. Only can think of 3. No, I don't think Alvin Kamara is better than him. No. I don't think who else? Christian McCaffrey is better than him. No. I just don't think I don't think that much of those guys, man. I don't think they're better than him, because the numbers speak for themselves, man. He has the third most rushing yards out of any running back out of the last 3 years. And go figure, he's only been in the league 3 years. You know what I'm saying? It's only him and Zeke and Todd Gurley in that category. And I can't understand why it's like no respect being put on this dude's name. No respect being put on this dude's name. See, this was Chicago had before they got a little too cocky, in my opinion. Chicago had an Alvin Kamara, Mark Ingram situation. That's what Chicago had with Cohen and Jordan Howard. But you see, their head coach was a rookie, was wet behind the ears, and maybe their offensive coordinator didn't know how to properly incorporate those guys. But Doug Peterson do. Like, in the playoff game where we knocked the Chicago Bears out of the playoffs, Tariq Cohen don't turn the ball upfield. He tried to beat you to the edge. You heard what Malcolm Jenkins told him. You're going to have to turn it up the field. He was running from Malcolm Jenkins, bruh. He was running from Malcolm Jenkins. Howard ain't going to do that. Howard is not going to do that, bruh. I'm sorry, Howard ain't going to do that, man. Howard would have ran through Malcolm Jenkins. You know what I mean? Everybody wants to conform to this new wave or whatever's new that's going on in the NFL. And they want to get teams with scat backs and stuff like that. You know what's really crazy about us having Jordan Howard right now? We could have had Jordan Howard in the 2016 draft. Jordan Howard could have grown and matured with Carson Wentz. Do you know how easy Carson Wentz's life would have been if he would have had Jordan Howard in 2016 instead of Ryan Matthews, who didn't have a bad season but couldn't hold on to the ball? You know, if you think about the turning point in the rookie season, it was when we fumbled the ball and lost the game to the Lions. When Ryan Matthews fumbled the ball and we was trying to run the ball out. Lost the game to the Lions. That was the turning point in the season right there. The turning point in the season. You know what I mean? And that season could have went a whole bunch. That season could have went a different way for us. But also at the end of the day, the Chicago Bears select Jordan Howard in that 5th round. We like 2 or 3 or 4 picks behind them, and we go with Wendell Smallwood, somebody who's still on the roster. But Wendell Smallwood on a bubble every year at training camp. Every year at training camp, he's on the bubble. You know what I mean? What do scouts see when they're scouting talent? What do these guys see when they're scouting talent? When you have the choice between when you have the choice between, literally, I don't understand this. You have the choice between the number 7 ranked running back. Maybe we was looking at him and maybe we were just a little too late in the 5th round. Maybe. You know what I'm saying? But dude was ranked like number 7, I think, in running backs. And it was the 5th round. Now, granted, there probably only been 6 running backs picked ahead of him. Because running backs, I think Zeke was the only running back picked in the 1st round. Then Derrick Henry went in the 2nd round. But Jordan Howard is better than Derrick Henry. You know what I mean? Give me a running back that ain't better than, that Jordan Howard isn't better than. He proved it. 3,000 plus yards in 3 seasons. It's a 1,000-yard average. Now, granted, he was getting some carries, over 200 carries a season, I think, with the Bears. But granted, he's not going to get those Zeke numbers because our quarterback ain't throwing 19 times in a game. Our quarterback putting it on his arm for the most part. You know what I mean? And Howard once we get a big lead, Howard either going to salt the game away, or Howard is going to work in tandem with the quarterback and what the offense is doing. Because we call run plays. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I just don't appreciate the disrespect being put on his name. I think he's absolutely like a top 5 running back in the NFL, man. He's a top 5 running back in the NFL. He got a lot to prove, a lot of dollars. They say he can't catch. They say he can't do this. All I hear about is what he can't do. But what can he do?